Rampage Jackson, the son of retired UFC veteran Quinton Rampage Jackson, allegedly assaulted independent wrestler SYKOSTU in the ring Saturday, August 23rd at a Knox Pro Wrestling event. There is a GoFundMe set up to aid SYKOSTU after his severe injuries he suffered in this entire nasty scene. We have shared a link to that in the comments. This video will break down everything that happened in the incident as we know it and as this story develops. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kelm. Let us know how you feel in the comments below. The initial interaction of Stu, a 15-year veteran of pro wrestling and a former military veteran, with the MMA rookie and Rampage Jackson was apparently streamed on the Kick platform. This entire thing is online in some form or another in video, all throughout the entire awful ordeal. It's 2025. Everything has to be filmed and streamed, right? Raja was invited to the show by pro wrestler AJ Mana. He got to go backstage, meet some of the wrestlers on the show, express that he didn't really care about pro wrestling and he was only there to support his friend AJ. Getting some camera time, SYKOSTU approaches Raja from behind, kind of takes a formidable stance, addressing him, saying, "You don't know who I am." Raja says, "Hell no." Is it clear if this is some wrestling scene that's supposed to happen, that's supposed to play out? Does Raja know what's going on here? Does SYKOSTU know what's going on here? That is sort of blurry and confusing. And then SYKOSTU smashes a beer can on his head and gives him sort of like a working strike, like it's not like a legitimate blow. But it's clear that immediately something is wrong. This all occurs a few days after Raja suffered a legitimate concussion, reportedly during a training session.
SYKOSTU?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little...
It's a wild scene with Black Pearl of the Anawahi family, who is also part of the hierarchy of Knox Pro Wrestling, also intervening in the entire situation, explaining to Raja that Stu sometimes doesn't know when something is in a storyline. So all of this is quite confusing, and apparently Raja is very upset.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up myself.
And when it's clear that this isn't something that he's comfortable with, Stu tries to apologize and put out his hand to shake hands, make amends, and Raja's not having any of it. Then someone tells Raja that he can get his quote-unquote receipt during the match, a match he's not booked to be in because he's not a pro wrestler, but attending the event to support a friend, AJ Mana. In the video, then it appears that Raja and Stu shake hands. Stu explains, "I'm sorry, I saw the camera there. I thought this was somehow a part of the show or what you were doing." AJ then takes Raja aside and emphasizes to him yet again, "Hey, you can get your receipt during the match." The receipt, a physical response to what just happened. You know what a receipt is, tag his is the specific quote from AJ in this circumstance, a pro wrestler bringing Raja into this environment. What follows is a pretty shocking assault, and that's what a lot of people are calling this, an assault. Raja, on a live stream, proceeds to watch the rest of the show, and then at some point gets into the ring, comes up behind SYKOSTU, double legs him, slams him down, apparently knocking him out just with the slam. Raja then mounts him and continues to strike on him aggressively, more than a dozen times, straight shots right to the head, and it is clear very quickly that something is wrong. The referee is in shock, another wrestler tries to interrupt, a wrestler who causes the most interference is able to get Raja off of him and then get him into the corner. Other wrestlers enter the ring and hold Raja in the corner while Stu is there in the midst of all of this chaos, pummeled into the ring. The reported injuries that Stu suffered were severe: broken bones in his face, an apparent concussion, at one point choking on his own blood and teeth. According to Wrestling Observer's Brian Alvarez, the entire event was abruptly stopped. At one point, someone pinned Stu, even though he was unconscious, and the whole scene is just awful. The chaos continues in this entire scene. Raja is ushered out of the Knox Pro Wrestling Academy building. Even more wrestlers want to get into it with him, obviously, and his crew that is filming the entire thing wants to get him out of there as soon as possible. Before Raja gets in a car, he is on the phone, on the stream, stream as he is being told that he went too far in the entire thing by AJ or Andre, and this is when he's told that Stu is in the ring and that he is, quote, flatlining.
Hello?
Hey, where the hell are you at?
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My
You
bad.
didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to.
On a separate Kick stream, Rampage Jackson is seeing all of this happen at the same time in a different location and is hoping that it's a part of the storyline or hardcore pro wrestling. But Doug Mallow, the wrestler who intervened the most in the ring on the Scaling Up podcast, labeled the entire thing attempted murder. Mallow then called Raja a bad person, but also called out AJ Mana for, quote, gassing up Raja to be in that situation to ruin not only his life, but Stu's. Mallow also emphasized Raja's inability to control himself in the situation and that he himself was also assaulted by Raja trying to break the entire thing up. Mallow also clarified that he was told to get involved and check the situation before it happened in case everything went down. He was told about the entire scenario before with the beer can and only understood what was happening very shortly before it all went down. The Scaling Up podcast also revealed the severity of Stu's injuries, that at one point he was in a medically induced coma and was on a breathing tube, which he is thankfully off, but he's having trouble walking and he seems to have a very rough road ahead. Rampage Jackson then responded with a post on social media saying, "I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I have confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka SYKOSTU, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. It was actually hours before. Raja was told he could get his payback in the ring. I thought it was part of the show. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Raja is a MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I am deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened. But my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation." The fallout continues with Knox Pro Wrestling, which hosted this event where the entire incident happened. If you see any of the footage, you may catch a WWE ID logo on the building, but that affiliation with the WWE ID program, which helps develop independent wrestlers to potential WWE opportunities in the future, is now over for Knox Pro Wrestling, with that affiliation being removed from their official social media. Knox Pro Wrestling is a long-running wrestling academy and independent group out on the West Coast, started by WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. It's worth noting that Rikishi was not present for this entire thing happening. The intensity for Knox Pro Wrestling also continues, as on the Scaling Up podcast, it is clarified and said that some members of Knox Pro Wrestling Academy were told to stay low and not speak to the legal authorities on the entire incident and only have specific people do that, while in the same breath share the viral video clip of the entire violent scene that everyone's talking about on the internet on their own social media accounts. Doug Mallow in this entire Scaling Up podcast also declares that he's done with Knox Pro Wrestling and doesn't feel he can trust them with his body. Expressing their side, Knox Pro Wrestling issued an official statement saying, "First and foremost, our thoughts and prayers are with our brother, Mr. Stuart Smith, SYKOSTU, as he remains a priority and we are monitoring his well-being." What was supposed to be a planned and agreed upon wrestling spot turned into a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith. The egregious act is reprehensible and should have never occurred. In the 17 years of operation of Knox Pro Wrestling Academy, there has never been anything as heinous take place such as this, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. Andrew Smith, SYKOSTU's brother, shared on social media that his brother is resting. He sustained severe injuries to his head. He is currently aware and able to talk walk, but will have a difficult recovery ahead. Adding, we appreciate all the support during this difficult time. Thank you. As we noted, the GoFundMe to help out SYKOSTU is linked in the description of this video. AJ Mana, the man who some feel instigated the entire scenario, put out a statement on Facebook as well, saying, I want to take a moment to address the recent incident at Knox Pro. First and foremost, my thoughts are with SYKOSTU and his family. No one ever wants to see a fellow performer get seriously hurt. There has been a lot of speculation online about my role that night. The truth is, I was in character and speaking in the language of wrestling. Everything I said was part of the show, and I never intended or encouraged real harm. This was a situation that unfortunately got out of hand due to miscommunication behind the scenes. Wrestling is built on trust and respect and protecting each other in the ring. That's what I stand for, and anyone who has worked with me knows that. I respect this business, I respect the fans, I respect the performers who step between those ropes. I hope we can focus on Stu's recovery and make sure something like this never happens again. And the response to Mana's statement has been quite skeptical at best. Some have also expressed empathy for Rampage Jackson being naive in this entire scenario, specifically WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam, who said, I got Raja's back. So I'm not saying that this guy Stu deserved what happened to him, but I'm saying I got Raja's back. He's not a pro wrestler. He shouldn't have been a part of this at all. Fellow WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry also chimed in on the entire thing. Speaking to TMZ, it's unclear what amount of the footage that Mark Henry saw or how much of the situation he's completely aware of, but he certainly had an opinion on it, saying that he feels SYKOSTU is also responsible for the entire thing. You've got to be careful. 1, who are you messing with? And 2, what kind of example are you as a veteran for inciting a riot with a kid? He also added that maybe Stu bit off more than he could chew with Rampage Jackson. In this same conversation, Henry emphasized that Rampage Jackson should, quote, have more respect for the business. Now, what is going to be the legal ramification of everything that happens here? What is the extent of the Los Angeles Police Department getting involved in the entire scenario? Well, according to Post Wrestling, Rampage Jackson set aside money for his children for college, and for one kid, he set aside bail money. Yeah, this is getting even worse. KTLA reports that LAPD was at the scene for a reported attempted murder, and officers arrived. Detectives have classified the incident as a felony battery, but as of this recording, no arrests have been made. How do you feel about the entire thing? Let us know in the comments below. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling.